Are we live? Are we live? Amy, are we alive?
Alive?
Yeah, alive. I don't know. Are we alive? How is everybody doing? How is everybody doing? What?
I'm just letting you know it's not. I'm waiting for.
What are you talking about? Golden Embers just said hello.
Oh, okay. Yes, now we're good.
Yeah, just because you got an ad doesn't mean they did. They've been sitting here waiting. You're over here with an ad. How's everybody doing? I hope you guys like the new green screen behind me. We decided to do that instead of having you directly in the studio. So wanted to say hello to everybody first. What is up, Horde? Nightmares Reviews. Hey, glad you made it, bro. Dector's Revision says, I walked past you at Flagship, but you didn't say hi. Don't know what you're doing, bro. Is this a real live, says WX Man Haunts.
That's Steve M.
Nope. Oh, that's Steve M.
Yes, he changed his name. He always confuses
Why?
me.
Steve, why'd you change your name?
Why did he change his
To
name?
Wix Man. Wix Man.
Why?
Wix Man. I think I got the hiccups.
Uh-oh.
This background is a green screen. Yes, it is. If you guys can't tell, if you can really see more how vibrant I am and how not vibrant the background is. Haunt Dude, what's going on? Animatronic guy is here. What is up? Dominic Nino, what is going on, brother? Connor CEC, oh, it's green screen. Actually, it's really not a green screen. It's just the way that our lighting is now. Not a green screen. Kind of looks like a green screen, but it is not a green screen. Minnesota Hunter is here. What's going on? Calm, how you doing? Awoken Nightmares in the house. Z Halloween. Doo, 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 doo. Speaking of Z Halloween, we sent out everybody's prizes from our last live giveaway.
Late, but
very late. We were gone for about 2 weeks, so 2 weeks late, but you are getting them. What's up, Tehran? How you doing? Count Chonkula up in the house. Halloween Collector and Hunter is here. What is up? Spike the Clown says the Toothy is real. I guess there was a whole thing, Amy, of people assuming we were trolling that we had Toothy, which I don't know how we could have done that with the thumbnail, seeing how it was a picture that nobody else had ever had because I took it.
I think that they were maybe thinking it before the photo, right?
No, people were still talking about it after.
Oh, okay.
So Louis Vega says, where's Toothy? Actually, Toothy is right about her. Bring the box over here. Well, he was right here. Toothy is right here. Let me get the lid back on. The Toothers. There's a hole in this box. Came that way, but I swear it didn't just happen when I dropped it. I promise you. Promise you that. But Toothy is here. That's why we have this piece back here, so that later on we can put together Toothy.
If they want to see him.
They want to see him. They're already asking about him.
Oh, okay.
And I see that Haunt Dude sent a $2 super chat. And if you guys are new here, I need to say something. We usually do this a little bit later, but we'll do it now. This here is a ridiculously loud horn. You may be saying, Savannah, that doesn't look like your normal horn. That's because it broke on Halloween. Actually, broke fresh out of the box.
Yeah.
So I had to Gorilla Tape the crap out of it. The little clown face fell off of the front. I'm going to have to glue that. But this is essentially a truck horn set up to a drill battery. So every dollar that you send on a super chat, we honk this off and it will make me go deaf one of these days. So Amy absolutely hates it, which is why we absolutely love it. So Haunt Dude, bucking off 2 for you, my good man. All right, and Mr. Halloween Dude said, I would get Toothy, but $250 is a little much. He also bucked off 2. Ow. One time I did this and it messed up our microphone and it sounded like static after. So hopefully it's not the case anymore. Allie Kate, how are you doing? Good to see you, girl. Halloween Reaper is here. Golden Embers, I believe I might have already said hi to him, but I'll say hi again. Henry's Halloween Vlogs 2.0 said, where did you get him? I'm assuming you're talking about this guy. And I got him from Spirit Halloween. Spirit Halloween sent this guy to us. And
that's my favorite number.
Spirit Halloween sent this guy to us just so that we could test him out and give our feedback. So appreciate the beautiful, beautiful folks at Spirit Halloween and Minnesota Hunter with a $7 super chat. Are you ready? The message said, sorry, Amy. Are you ready?
There's one more. You can't scare me this time.
I won't scare you this time.
Remember the last time?
Yeah, the last time you laughed so hard you cried.
Yes, I was crying.
It was hilarious. It was hilarious. So I see folks are asking, how did we get Toothy? 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 We got Toothy because how did we get Toothy?
Well, just like last year, we got 2 scoops before it was released, so we could do an unboxing.
That's correct.
And same thing with Toothy the Clown.
Yeah, and the how is not as important as the yes, this is wonderful and it's here. So I see some people asking some questions about it. We will get to those questions here in a momento. I saw PJ Lewis said my hearing is going to sound like static. So as you guys know, we have not been on live lately. And the reason why is we have been traveling so much in the last 2 weeks.
Yes.
I flew to New Jersey, tried to fly home from New Jersey. I was not able to. So I had to drive to New York City. Where's my water? Stay hydrated, right? Let me grab. Grandpa needs his water. I had to drive to New York City. The only way that they could get me back home here in Dallas, Texas, is they had to fly me all the way to Los Angeles and then fly me to Dallas. I was supposed to be home at 7 p.m. I didn't get home until 7 a.m. or 7:30 a.m., something like that. Had about 2 hours of sleep, and then I had to turn around and fly to Vegas. So Amy and I flew to Vegas, spent a week there, came back, had about 2 or 3 days back, had to fly back to Vegas and spend more time there. So it was a lot of travel.
Exhausting.
Very exhausting. We do have a little bit of travel in, do you remember what date that is? Is it December?
Yep.
Little bit of travel in December, but hopefully not much because it becomes way too much. But we are here. We are happy. We weren't able to get on the live on Friday, so I think that we can probably do a fan mail this upcoming Friday or later on this week.
Yeah, probably Friday.
So, so yeah, Amy usually will try to get to all of your questions. The monitors are a little far away from my old man eyesight, so Amy tries to get to most of your questions. The best way to make sure that your questions are answered are by sending a super chat. You get the cool little honk. Sometimes I do something stupid like a dance or a song. If you don't have money, that's fine. Another way for you to get our attention is to @the Psychotic Circus of the Savannah. The difference is when you send a super chat, it glows on the screen until we actually say something. When you add us, it just pops up as a little bloop. And then if you don't do either one, there's no guarantee that we can read your comment. So keep that in mind. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight. We're going to open this son of a gun and get a better look at him. I know that the video, usually we do these for about an hour, hour and a half. On the video, it was like 6 or 7 minutes, and I just had to hit certain key points. So here we'll be able to look at his detail, give some real honest feedback for y'all, and be able to get up close shots, be able to set him up here so you guys can see how good his setup is, how easy his setup is. He is a prop that does need a screwdriver, but if you've ever had Pumpkin Nester, it's identical on the setup side. So, and I know that folks are asking, he is online only, and he will be coming out on Tuesday for $249.99. So I see that you're asking how big is the box? Is it crouchy size? This is not crouchy size. This is about, what size would you say this is, babe? Here, you know what? I can put it next to Bloody Bag of Jokes. You guys can see the difference. So if you have Bloody Bag of Jokes, or if you've seen a box for Bloody Bag of Jokes, right? Should probably pull this back a little more, maybe move the camera down just a tad. Just a smidgen. So Bloody Bag of Jokes. You can see this guy. However, he's thicker, whereas Bloody Bag of Jokes is kind of just that square, right? So not a huge box, not a tiny box, but a good sized box nonetheless. So let me go ahead and pull this back up again. So before we get to this guy, is there anything else we should be discussing, Amy?
No, but I can ask the questions that they've been asking if they want to go ahead and re-ask the questions that they've had about Toothy.
Sure. If you guys have questions, whether about Toothy or anything, feel free to shoot them off right now. We'll go ahead and check them out.
I'll go ahead and ask CT Ponce. Said, how big is he like the prop, not the box?
The prop, it says on here that he's, I think it says sits 4 feet 3.5 inches and has 5 feet of hanging rope. So it's about a Johnny Punk size, I would say, or a Pumpkin Nester size. What?
I think he's bigger.
His head is bigger, but I put Johnny Punk in the box that this box came in.
Oh.
It's about the same size plank of wood and all that.
He's just thicker.
Thick. He's thick like a Dairy Queen Blizzard. Dairy Queen Blizzard.
Halloween enthusiast said, how was the setup?
His setup is actually pretty easy. You do have to have a screwdriver for a couple little parts, but they're super, super simple. And then you just hang them up and plug them in, pop his head on. That's it. His head connection is very easy. It's kind of like the swinging Chuckles head connection where you kind of just plug it in and they all hit it. So
Ryan's random goal said, do you guys have your Christmas tree set up yet?
We don't have our Christmas tree set up. However, Amy did get our Christmas lights put up. If you saw our video from earlier today, she has all of our nutcrackers and she has the whole garland by the fireplace. And I think that she's definitely getting into the Christmas spirit.
I am. You are too. Bobby K said, disregarding Punchy's quality, would you recommend getting Toothy or Punchy?
I would recommend getting Toothy over Punchy. However, today I did switch my Punchy to have the boxing gloves finally. It took a long time for me to actually do it, but I did it because what I'm doing is we're still tearing down all of our animatronics from Halloween because we've been traveling for the last 2.5 weeks. Yeah. And so we have a couple of them left, but I did switch out Punchy's hands for his boxing gloves. I don't know if I'm going to tear down Punchy because he is a pain to put together.
Darilla said, what is your favorite thing about Toothy?
I'm gonna grab his face real quick, his head, his whole mech too. I didn't put these back in the box. My favorite thing about him, so a couple things, right? I absolutely love the detail of the guy. Again, this is all foam filled, but this is, to me, just like, it's a good touch because they didn't have to necessarily do that, have like multiple chins, because you can't see it from that way. But I love the way that his teeth look. I love the inside of his mouth. His inside of his mouth has a tongue or like a tongue crease. And I think that they just did a really, really good job on his sculpt. Foam filled, so that's always a huge plus for me. Very easy head to plug in, as you can see. And then another thing I really love about the guy is that his sayings have no music, which to me is a huge perk because I get so many props and they all have different music and they all play at the same time. And it's just absolutely chaotic. But with this guy not having any music, I think is a huge perk. I do want to see how, once other people start receiving their orders, I do want to see if there's any differences between his head and the commercially released ones. Because I will say that there are a couple things that I might change on him. So you can see his scars and his stitches. However, I think just a little paintbrush with some perma blood to kind of touch the little wound areas and maybe some darker color for his stitches might be a good fit. But overall, I think he's pretty amazing. I was not expecting this guy. I wasn't even expecting this guy to be released because I saw some of the same stuff that I'm sure you guys saw, where it's like the Roblox version of him and some of the leak versions and all that. But this is really one of my favorite props from this year. I'll say that. You need me to change something, babe?
I was just gonna make it go a little bit not so bright back there on
which one? Both of them?
Yeah. Okay.
This one too?
Yeah.
Just changing some lighting over here. That good?
That'll work.
I think it's because you have the kitchen lights on. If you're talking about like this guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because the kitchen light. You want me to have someone turn it off?
Sure.
Hey, Peach! Yeah? Can you turn the kitchen light off for me? Okay. Thank you, boy. So, people asking, I see Gage said, how did you make the big popcorn box?
Oh, that was
So this one back here actually was made by my wonderful and very creative mother. That was, it actually, yeah, my mom made that, and she made the popcorn kernels and everything. It was for Halloween. We had tickets in it, right?
Yeah. There's like a little slot that you can put.
But why were we? I don't remember. Is that how we counted people?
Yeah. At the time, we didn't have like.
So we didn't have the clicker at the time.
No.
So we used that one of the years for a haunted house to count how many people came, and then we had it for a long time in our movie theater. But the movie theater is now incapacitated for a limited time. We thought, you know what? Let's bring it out to the circus. So.
Yes.
Probably could come a little over this way, but.
House of Nuts said, hey, silly question, but when storing animatronics till next year, will extreme summer heat and cold winter mess anything up while stored in a garage?
It will. It will. It will. So when you are storing any kind of animatronic that has latex for its face, like this one is latex with a foam fill. Other props are can be just a latex face. Trying to see if we had any up here, but I don't think we do with latex faces. But if it has a latex face, it is going to dry rot. And what that means is that the heat will actually soak up all the moisture out of the air, even if it's humid. And all of this like skin type of texture, you can see here, like all of this type of texture that gives it its flexibility will become hard and brittle. And if you move it, it would crack. So if you plug it in, it would literally be like a very, very brittle plastic. So we always store our animatronics in a climate controlled space. So it's usually somewhere in our house, which can take up quite a bit of room, as you guys can imagine. But I would much rather have the loss of space than to have all of my animatronics brittle from breaking. So great question, but I would not, if I were you, put them in my garage. Try to find a closet or a spare room that you can, some of these boxes you can probably slide right under your bed, but I would not put it in a garage. A garage, the heat and the cold will get to it.
Holiday Central said, do you have any videos of your 2022 haunt, not the live scare cam footage?
We do. We have some videos of it. We have not finished editing the video. Matter of fact, I don't even think we've started that video.
No.
We have so much that we have that's in store. We haven't finished editing our animatronic collection video. Seems like I need to add a guy to it real quick. And
we got a lot.
We have a lot. And then we still have a huge thing that I'm going to be doing throughout the year while we're waiting for Halloween to roll around. So a lot of stuff coming on the channel. It's just making sure that we can
have the time for it.
Yep.
Someone kept asking, what is the plushie that is behind? Is that a Psychotic Circus of Savannah plushie?
This is not a plush. This was created by one of our subscribers on a Fan Mail Friday, and it is a statue of the Psychotic Circus of Savannah logo. One of my prized possessions. As you can see, I leave it front and center. I absolutely love this thing. This was so cool. I feel like the colors aren't really showing on the camera.
Yeah.
The way that they are in real life. It's way more vibrant in real life. But yes, not a plush. I would love a plush, but it was not a plush. So every Friday, we do a Fan Mail Friday. And what that means is we open up stuff that you guys send to us, whether it just be a letter or it be a little cool knick-knack like that. Actually, all of this stuff back here, this and all those stickers over there, and this and this and this and this and this and these and that and that and that. All of that stuff has come from subscribers. So when you guys send us stuff, we put it on our wall of fame here. So feel free to send us stuff if you want to. It's in the description, our address, which is P.O. Box 5, Aubrey, Texas, 76227. Again, if you didn't write it down, it's down in the description. I do see here that Hips DeBoy.
He retracted it.
Oh, the message was retracted. Not the... What are you shaking yes and no for? I'm confused.
No, I think because I thought that before, and then I was telling you about it, and if you retract it, that means that it goes away, I believe.
Is it just the message that gets retracted or the super chat?
I don't know.
Well, Hips. Okay. There he goes. Okay. I was going to say, don't know. But Hips, appreciate you so much, brother, for the $2 super chat. We're going to buck this one off. Are you ready? On the count of 3. You guys count with me in the chat. 1, 2, 3.
Spirit Halloween Hunter said, "Are you going to set it up?"
Yes, we can go ahead and set them up. So if you have a pumpkin nester, type a P in the chat, because I believe that this piece is pretty much identical to pumpkin nester, if I remember correctly. So it has like these pieces here. We'll go ahead and pull him out. This is all one piece. Put that down there. He has his neck ruffle, which does not have Velcro. I'm so happy it doesn't. It's just done with good old elastic. And obviously we didn't even open these yet. They're still in the plastic, but it comes with some instructions, which show you guys here are full color instructions. And then this, what is this? Just shows you how to do the volume. Oh yeah, it shows you how to do the volume, the step pad, and the external speaker. So bright, fully color instructions. If that's your thing, it's not for us.
Bobby K said, "Have you ever broken a pop because you didn't look at the instructions?"
I've definitely broken props, but not because I didn't look at the instructions. I've just gotten very frustrated sometimes when I should have looked at instructions. But this guy is pretty self-explanatory. We're going to go ahead and put his box to the side. But first, do you guys want me to read his story on the back of the box? Ha 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 ha. Yes, 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 yes. Or no, 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 no. Plug these in here. These little pieces here. Story time with Grandpa Savannah. All right. Toothy the Clown. Hello, boys and girls, and creatures of all shapes and sizes. Toothy the Clown is here to greet you with his world-renowned smile. Swinging carefree from town to town with any circus that will take him, Toothy feeds his hunger for laughter and much more by disarming onlookers with his happy-go-lucky smile. However, we recommend keeping your distance and your guard up, or this cannibal clown will be using your bones for a toothpick before you know it. It says that. Ha, 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 ha.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't. I lied. All right, let's go ahead and move this box over yonder, over by the popcorn. Kick it over in that corner. All right, where do we get started with this whole hubbub? This shubby McBubby. Chubby McBubberson. Didn't we have a Ziploc bag with his stuff in it? And his plug? Is it downstairs? Might be downstairs. Ermy. Yeah, it is. It's a Ziploc that has 2 screws and a plastic piece, and there is a plug that says Toothy on it now. So I will say that for the most part, this is very simple. You grab this piece, it's a couple notches. There's one back here, and there's one up here, which you can see. And you just put these in each location. Whoa, almost dropped it. Woo! Oh, we got a super chat from Spirit Halloween fan, $2 super chat, and it says Rebox Toothy. Appreciate you so much, bro. 1, 2, just for you. Regarding his reboxing, That I don't know.
I don't see it.
Oh, Amy, you gonna make me find them?
Well, where is it?
Should be sitting right there on the table, I believe.
Where?
On the table?
Like the kitchen table?
The only table that's down there, babe. Unless maybe it's up here for some reason, but I doubt it. I did it. I did it. Find them? That's what I need. Okay. And then I also need his plug. Oh my goodness, there's a plug. Grab any plug. Not any plug, no! Did you look at where it says Toothy? Because no, for a fact, there's one down there that says Toothy.
What, the plug?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a plug away from all the other plugs.
Oh, okay. She got them all. Good. Good. But
I don't know about this.
Yeah, that's it.
This bag is?
Yeah.
You said it had Toothy.
I thought it did, but I guess not. So these pieces here, again, it's very similar to Pumpkin Nester if you have or had Pumpkin Nester. If not, that's okay too. That is okay too. So we just take the screw pieces. I do have a screwdriver here to tighten it once we kind of get everything into place. But first and foremost, the easiest way to do all of this is just with your fingers, just putting them on through, getting them to work. There we go. So we got the back one in. You want to go ahead and answer some questions while I'm doing this, if there are any.
Who's better? This is Spirit Halloween Hangout. Who's better, Mr. Toothy or Pumpkin Nester?
Are you asking me? Because if you're asking me, I will say that they both have pros and cons. So I like Toothy because Toothy has mouth movement, and he's also a clown. But Pumpkin Nester, I believe, if memory serves me correct, I believe Pumpkin Nester has eyes that light up, which this guy does not. This guy does not have light up eyes, which I thought he was gonna. I know that like the Roblox thing had eyes that lit up. But he does not have eyes that light up. Me personally, I would prefer eyes that don't light up. I know some people feel the opposite, but it's just the way that I am. And that's pretty much that. I would prefer this guy over Pumpkin Nester. I know some of you guys are going to freak out. What? How dare you? Pumpkin Nester's the greatest. Yeah, I'm sure he is one of the greats. However, this is a clown. We do clown stuff. We clown around here, buddy. That's pretty much it. It's already done. We just screwed that up. Like, not screwed it up, but, like screwed it into place.
Alrighty.
We connect his arms here to these little hooks that are inside. Like so.
Christopher Things said, where did you get him from? I don't see him on the Spirit website.
He will not be on Spirit's website until Tuesday. We got him directly from Spirit. He will not be available to everybody until Tuesday. I will say, I have a feeling he is going to sell out pretty quickly because he is pretty freaking detailed. Probably one of the most detailed Spirit Halloween props that I've ever really seen. And not just saying that because this is a new prop. Really do mean that. It's pretty detailed. So I do imagine it will sell quickly. Again, easy setup. You can tell it's quality. His pieces that are plastic don't feel like cheap plastic. His pieces that are metal are very sturdy metal. His costume is very sturdy. His face obviously is a foam-filled head, which I always prefer. You know, the other foam-filled heads that we have from Spirit would be Shorty, which very, very good quality. Twisty's head is foam-filled, even though I know a lot of people don't have him. Twisty's head. And I believe that's... Oh, and Crouchy. I don't know how I forgot Crouchy. So we're going to go ahead and put his neck ruffle around his neck. I'm trying to do this while it's all in my lap. And then we just plug his head right in.
Will Fuller Corgi said this Tuesday, right?
Yes, this Tuesday, in 2 days. And that's pretty much that. He is all set up now. I'm going to hang him up on this little bar that we have back here. It's pretty high up, so I'm going to have to use my chair and hopefully don't eat crap.
Do you need to pull it down more? I mean, or is that...
No, I'm just going to stand
it
on the
needs
chair.
to be that high?
Yeah.
Okay. Obsessed Animatronics says, do you happen to know if there are any other animatronics that are getting released?
I believe there are. However, I do not know what they are. But I believe so.
Seems like a pain, huh?
What?
You okay?
Yeah, I was just making sure that his ropes were good.
Halloween Enthusiast said, how's the wrap coming along?
Well, so if you guys remember, I was waiting to finish it. And the reason I was waiting to finish it is because of this gentleman here.
You gotta fix those feet.
Yeah, but the good thing about it is he definitely can fix his feet.
Will you turn off that light in the middle in a second?
You want me to turn off the green light?
Yes.
Sure.
It's too much. Mucho better.
So there he is in all of his glory. This is what I was saying before, is that his structure, the way that he's proportioned. Actually, I'm going to bring this a little closer.
Yeah.
The way that this is proportioned makes him look, just pull it a little this way, makes him look almost real. So he has detailed hands with fingerless gloves. His clothes has padding everywhere, so it looks like he has some body shape to him.
Katie Klein said Mr. Toothy looks like Lucky Bottom's brother.
He kind of does.
Or cousin or something.
So, well, they both have gray skin,
Yeah.
black hair.
Yeah. Let's see. Munz is at your house. Says move his arms up.
So you definitely can move his arms up.
But then doesn't he go?
But his
backwards?
rocking part is a little strange. I don't think that moving his arms up, as you can see, I think that this is more of a natural look for somebody who's sitting on a swing. They'd be sitting like that. It looks like he's ready to jump off. And we're going to go ahead and plug this guy in. So what do you guys think now that you can see him kind of without the editing and right here in front of you?
Christopher Thing said he looks like pumpkin nester. Looks like a pumpkin nester reskin. Zolk said his phrases are a little whack. Connor CEC said he's pretty big. Golden Ember said he is massive. Spirit Halloween fan said, I love the way he looks. Plat123 said, this is my number 2 dream animatronic now. Anthony Hughes said big. Caleb Bostwick said 10 out of 10. Halloween Collector and Haunter said, I like how he has the same rocking as Johnny Punk.
So technically, I think his rocking is better than Johnny Punk. Johnny Punk's mech is different. If you were going to compare this to someone, I would definitely say it's Pumpkin Nester. I'm going to go ahead and plug him in. I think he goes off of the sensor. So, should be able to...
Hey, do I look snazzy or what? I must be the only guy you know that shaves with a chainsaw. There's a lot you can do with a clown. You can rent me out for birthday parties. I'll always bring a smile when you're sad. I'll even cry at your funeral. Ha! No, I won't. The only thing you have to fear is fear itself. And me.
I'm going to go ahead and turn him down now.
Hey, do I look snazzy or what? I must be the only guy you know with a chainsaw.
Actually, just went ahead and unplugged him.
Yeah. Spirit Halloween fan says, I love his phrases. The animatronic guy said, I thought his eyes lit up.
Nope, his eyes do not light up.
Christopher Thing said he sounds like an old man.
Hey, what are you trying to say? Hey, I'm the only guy that shaves with a chainsaw.
Just Clowning Around says, sounds like he should go with Uncle Charlie and Smokey the Clown. He has a little, he's like a drunk uncle.
Definitely has a drunk uncle vibe to him, but not an uncle for some reason. Like, to me, I see this as like a little person, a dwarf. His proportions aren't like Chuckles, for instance. I have Chuckles over here. Just so you guys can see the difference. Right? So here's swinging Chuckles. Right? Much smaller. You know, this is one thing when it's up high, you can't really tell what his size is. However, you know, this is a guy that you would probably have a bit closer to your audience. Swinging Chuckles is somebody that I would want to put, you know, maybe up towards the roof of our house, which is 2 stories up. Whereas with Toothy is kind of somebody I would want a little bit closer. Now, also the other thing about him is he doesn't really talk about swinging or anything of that nature. So realistically, if you needed to, he would be a great sitting prop too. You know, he kind of leans back and forth and stuff like that, but it's just when he talks, I think that he would be a great sitting prop as well.
Horror Haunt said, is he worth $250?
I would say yes, just because of the foam-filled head alone. When you get quality heads like this, as opposed to, you know, this little guy, which pops on and off a very same way, but this little guy has lasted a very long time. We've had him for years. He's been in the rain, and he has never given up on us. But plastic head, right? Some of the details you can see here, it looks like a toy in person, and I can't tell if it looks this way on camera. You'd have to tell me, Amy. But Toothy looks like he could be somebody with a mask on, or like I said, somebody with a with dwarfism or something like that. Is it dwarfism or dwarfism? Dwarf?
Dwarfism,
I don't know. But his body alone looks like it looks real. The way that they've made enough extra fabric that there's still like his shoulders, for instance. A lot of props look a little weird on their shoulders because it just goes from shoulder to arm. Whereas this one, the arm actually connects under the shoulder piece, which is, when you think about how your bones are, kind of how your bones would be. But I mean, thick legs, thick feet. Big feet. You know, you tell me for a second that doesn't look like somebody that's real. At least in real life, it looks like a legit person.
LOL said Toothy reminds me of Quagmire from Family Guy.
No, but he does remind me of Mr. Bottomtooth. If you're a big Family Guy fan, there is a character named Mr. Bottomtooth. I believe it's Mr. Bottomtooth, but I know it's Bottomtooth. And he has this big, long underbite, and he talks like this. Whereas Quagmire is giggity-goo.
So multiple people keep asking, how did you get him? He's not on the website. They all have to...
He will not be on the website until Tuesday. He will not be available until Tuesday. You can purchase him on Tuesday on spirithalloween.com, but he will not be available until Tuesday.
And he'll be $249.
$249.99. Are you just reading?
Yeah.
Amy likes to read silently and forget that she's supposed to be reading me questions.
Again, Spirit Halloween Guy, how did you get him? Boo, a ghost, how did you get him? LOL said, I kind of wish the swings were customized different.
What do you mean by that? I wish that they all had swinging mechs to actually make them swing. I know you can buy swinging mechs from Spirit, or at least you used to be able to buy swinging mechs from Spirit to make them swing. Because if they're going to swing, I'd prefer that most of them swing. However, I do think having a swing set with him and Johnny Punk next to each other would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like an old, rickety, crappy swing set. Maybe putting Harriet Hustle on it too. Chuckles, for instance, is too small. So if you have, there was a lot of swinging props that were released in the past, and they were all about this size. It's another guy that has like his head in his lap, that are the smaller size. Not this size. This size is more of like if that small one was a tabletop prop, I would say that these guys are a full-sized prop. I see that GTH Halloween is saying, is there more Spirit Halloween animatronics coming out soon? Yes, there is. Make sure that you stay tuned to Spirit Halloween. I will say on Tuesday, I know that Toothy's dropping, and I believe that some other props may be dropping as well.
Camden said, should I save up for him?
It depends on what else you were thinking about getting. But I think he's a really good prop. $249 is about the max I would go. This is not a $300 prop. If they're still doing coupons or if they do a Black Friday sale, I would definitely utilize that. But $249.99 is the maximum I would go for it. I wouldn't go any higher.
Just Clowning Around said, I understand you only collect clowns, but do you think a company should make a Patrick Bateman animatronic?
I think when they do humans, unless it's done like Evelyn Leach. Wait, was it Evelyn Leach? Is that the one that had the guy's head? Looked like Katy Perry?
I think so.
Her face looked amazing. The head she was holding looked cartoonish. But if they can do a face that looks good, then yeah, that'd be great. However, I doubt that they ever would. American Psycho is more of a adult themed movie, And if they're not releasing a Terrifier prop anytime soon, I doubt that they're going to release an American Psycho prop.
Anthony Hughes said, do you recommend him?
I do recommend him. He is by far better than Johnny Punk, I'll tell you that much. He would kick Johnny Punk's ass in a fight. Oh, here, what do we got here, Amy? How much was he? Says Hips. He will be $249.99. Hips dropping a $5 super chat. Let's go. Sorry, eardrums. I gotta make them even on both sides, or else I'll hear a bunch of stuff on this side and not on this side. But $249.99.
Horrid Nightmare Reviews asks a very great question. He says, why are most clowns old men?
That is a great question. I have been pushing to have more, not just clowns, but more female props, period. I think that right now the only female props we get are, I was happy to see Harriet hustle, but it's usually like something like that nurse that twists its head, or it's like some little kid telling you shh or something like that. I would like to see more props that represent women, and also that are not so sexualized, if that makes sense. Because especially online, if you're looking at clown props online, you do come across a female clown. They always have her in like a bikini top or something like that. So
Spirit Halloween fan gave you a $2 super chat and said, can you brush your teeth with mustard?
hell no, not gonna do that. Sorry.
Please.
Pretty please, I apologize. I'm not gonna do that. There are times that we will do a wild truth or dare night, where we do a bunch of ridiculous stuff, but we have before and we will again in the future. But tonight is not going to be one of those nights. But we will have those nights again. We're also going to be doing more gaming nights too. So I just played Gartic Phone with some folks last night on Discord, and it was much needed. Much needed. So much fun. Laughed, got the hiccups, cried, spit water on my computer monitor.
Hot World said, what's shaking bacon?
I was trying to get something around my sausage. Yo mama's legs, eggs, hey! That was horrible. I will never do that again. I'm sorry.
The Colossus Hunter said, did you ever get a new Monty?
Yes, we did. We contacted Spirit Halloween and they sent us, did we have to resend the whole Monty or they just sent us the pieces?
No, they just sent the pieces.
Yeah. So just a couple pieces that were missing. Eneas Weenius Whip It with $1 super chat. Thank you so much, Eneas Weenius Whip It. Boop. Oh, battery died. Battery died, Eneas Weenius Whip It.
You were joking.
That one's not dead. That one is not dead. That one is not dead. Eneas Weenius Whip It. That one is not dead.
Golden Ember said, I thought you were trying to scare Amy. I thought the same thing.
No, I was just the way it works sometimes.
The Realist 2323 said, what would you rate Henry Hustle out of 10?
I would rate him about a 5. He's not my favorite because the way that his head pops up is if you store the head in the down position, which is the only way you can store it inside of the box, it pops up slowly. A lot of them won't come up all the way. So now I'm storing mine with the spring fully extended and up. I'm also told that that's how you need to store Mr. Dark as well. So it's all right. it's a lot of screws as well. And that one's kind of a bit more of a pain in the butt than this guy was. So
Chris and Sophia said, have you watched the new Christmas Story movie?
A Christmas Story, I believe, is the name of it. And I have not. A Christmas Story has such a special place in my heart that I'm a little nervous to watch it. Sometimes when you watch these like 30-year later sequels, it just doesn't live up to your memories. And so I'm not saying I won't watch it. I just haven't watched it yet.
Ryan's random goal said, how long does the battery last on the horn? Which is, we also need to mention, if they get the horn, they have to get two batteries.
Right. If you order this horn or any version of it from Haunted Hills Productions, there's a couple other places that sell them as well. They just don't look as detailed as Haunted Hills. However, I do want to talk about the quality of it, if that's okay with you, Amy.
Mm-hmm.
Not happy this time. And I'll get to your question in a second about the battery. But when we first got this horn, it looked immaculate. It looked great. Like the very first time we got it, we used it for Halloween. It was incredible. And then we noticed it just stopped working. The batteries wouldn't charge. The horn wouldn't work. Or even if the batteries did charge, we didn't know if the horn was working. What's up?
I was trying to make Hot World because he was like, oh, I don't have a blue wrench. And golden embers too.
Okay, we'll make sure that we get embers in Hot World.
Okay.
Actually, let me do it right now. But so we sent back the horn with the two batteries to Haunted Hills Productions. It took them quite some time to get it back to us. They claimed that they fixed it. However, I feel like they gave us a brand new horn. There were some differences that I noticed, like, for instance, these faces looked a little different on the last one. These ones are now put, like this one is put more at an angle as opposed to being straight on. And then when we opened the box, it was already apart. It wasn't sealed back up. So I had to try to seal it back up. And I used hot glue, which obviously didn't last. And then, and the wires were all pinched off. So I had to pinch the wires all together to make sure that it worked. And I had to take the crap out of it. It still does its job, but obviously doesn't look as cool, right? This is all usually green and red and not covered up in Gorilla Tape. And the head came off of the front. And Haunted Hills Productions was not too, what's the word I'm thinking of? Not too, I would say that the customer service, it seems like it's just a guy doing it himself, which like,
Right.
hey, I get it. You know what I mean? Like, hustle, dude. I'm all about that. But if I'm dropping however much it was for this horn, which was what, $300 or something like that, $200, this thing was more than this. I'll put it that way. And then it doesn't work after, one season. And then I send it back to you and it comes back and it's in worse condition. Like, there should be some kind of recourse, or you should be able to step up your quality control. And I just felt like he really didn't appreciate that we were paying customers. So there are other folks that make something similar for a lot cheaper. I would check them out too. I'm just letting you guys know there is no guarantee. I'm not obviously endorsing this because if anything, I got to endorse Gorilla Tape more. So, however, it still does its job. At the end of the day, when you're in a haunted house and you're honking at somebody, that's really what matters at the end of the day. I just have to make sure that it's reliable. Oh, but how long does it matter? How long does the horn last on a battery? It depends on how many times you're honking it. So I feel like a fully charged battery can last maybe 3 hours of you honking it every 2 to 3 minutes. So
I
what,
would say less than that because there are multiple.
2 hours?
I would say like maybe an hour and a half.
Okay. Amy says an hour and a half.
But she was honking.
She goes crazy with it.
Yeah, so that's the thing.
I would say 2, but
Yeah. Luis Vega said, "Will there be more props for Tuesday?"
I believe there is, but there is no guarantee. The only guarantee I got is this dude, Mr. Dentist. His teeth look amazing, by the way. Let me pull his head off here.
Kevin Saldana said, "I got Discord to join your server. May I join it?"
Sure, as long as you are over the age of 13, you can be included into the server. Can you guys see how great his teeth look? It's a little dark, but I love the painting of his teeth. Whoever did this, whatever, the teeth look absolutely gruesome and nasty and just very, very good job on his teeth.
Zukant said, "Why are his teeth so papery looking?"
Paper? Definitely not paper. They're foam. And I think it's the streaks that are painted. It looks like he's got dirty, nasty hygiene problems. Definitely not paper. They're foam.
Night Yoshi said, "Why don't your teeth look that good, Savannah? Is brushing your teeth with hot sauce catching back up?"
Yeah, seriously, right? No, it's this guy has the dental plan of Spirit Halloween. He gets all of his benefits directly from Spencer's. But that's it to plug his head on. You just literally find the little notches and push it down, and it's good. Very easy to put together.
Hot Roll said, "Dude, I'm so sorry for starting that mustard trend."
Yeah. Well, we will be doing those kind of truth or dare lives in the future.
We are also gonna start planning the Flagship Olympics very soon.
Flagship Olympics. And I also want to say this. You may have heard of other folks wanting to get incorporated with the Flagship Olympics. Come along. But let's be real, we're the originators here. The Flagship Olympics are here. Anybody else is just copying a trend. If you're not familiar with the Flagship Olympics, it's where at Flagship, before the grand opening, we do a bunch of ridiculous stuff. And the winner gets bragging rights. We might even bring a prize this time.
We're gonna bring a trophy.
Oh yeah, that's right. We're gonna bring a
doing
trophy.
I'm gonna organize it very, very
Amy's
well.
gonna make sure that the Flagship Olympics
Yes.
for 2023 are on point.
Yes.
The winner will be getting a trophy and some other maybe goodies or something. I don't know. But it's not going to be easy. And don't fall victim to the generic versions. It's like when you see a Bentley and you see a Chrysler 300. It might kind of look the same, but at the end of the day, you know where the quality is. Right here, boy!
And instead of it being just 2 events, we're going to make sure it's...
Yeah, we're going to have quite a bit of events.
Yeah.
Not just 2. I'm thinking we need like 7. And if you do one event, you got to do all the events.
Yeah.
Everybody's starting on this time, and if you don't make it to the end,
yeah,
that's on you. And it might get progressively harder. You may be in a little bit of pain. Nothing that you'll be bleeding. Your stomach may be upset. You may have to look like a ridiculous fool, but that's part of the fun of it. It's all just to win the Psychotic Circus of Savannah Flagship Olympics trophy.
Yep.
The first official
Yep.
Olympics trophy. Now, we did have a winner last year, but
Who was the
or
winner
this
after that?
year, I guess I could say. Chad, remember he?
Okay.
But
Halloween.
yeah, yep. But 2023 will be the first official winner of a trophy. Spirit Halloween fan, $2 super chat says, which is better, Wacky Mole or Mr. Toothy? First and foremost, Spirit Halloween fan.
He came to our haunted house.
Whew. Whew. Whew.
Oh my god.
I will say that of the two, I prefer Wacky Mole just because Wacky Mole is a full-size standing prop, and I prefer full-size standing props. I still love this guy, don't get me wrong. He's probably in my top 5 animatronics right now that I own. Maybe even top 3, maybe? Top 5. But I prefer Wacky Mole. Wacky Mole has a special place in my heart.
Nate Scare said, what did you guys use to tie down Cackles? I want to put him up, I want to put up my 15-foot Phantom for Christmas with a Santa hat and Christmas lights around his arms.
So what we did is we got, they are called trampoline, what are they? Trampoline
Stakes.
And they are these big U-shaped rebar stakes. And we hammered the crap out of them all around him, and then also put heavy weights on him. We did not tie him down. He doesn't actually have a section for his hips or anything like the 12-foot skeleton has. It's literally just whatever you can mount into the ground. And those trampoline stakes did a great job.
Hips the boy said, why does Toothy have a dent in his head?
A dent in his head?
I think it's his stitches.
What is he talking about?
Yeah, it's his stitches.
Is he talking about right here? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's his stitches. Right there. There's a stitches that goes.
Jordan de Jesus said, how much does the box say Toothy is?
Our box does not have a price on it because it is not a retail version. So it does not have a price tag on it. I'll show you in the back real quick. So normally where you would have I was saying it that one did, but I think I peeled it off. Normally where you would have a price tag on the back that shows the price, this one has a very small, strange sticker that just says Animation 225 SDA. So there is no price on the box. However, I do know that he is retailing for $249.99.
The animatronic guy said, where did your Cackles break and how did you fix it?
So on our Cackles, it broke because there is hard steel, and then they have these inner pipe pieces that go into one another, and that's like a weaker steel. And it broke right where about his knees are. And that inner steel bent backwards. We came outside and he was doing the limbo. So what I did was I happened to be talking to a friend of ours at our son's soccer game, and he said, hey, I'm a roofer. I have some really strong steel. This stuff lasts through tornadoes. And so he cut some pieces off for me, and I attached it to the knee joint where that weak steel was after bending them back straight. And then the thing stood like a champ. I will say that our Cackles motor stopped working right before Halloween night. I had to get up on a ladder and go up there. And it was weird because the arm piece that turns had come out. I don't know how. And I was able to push it back in. It clicked back in. It started working fine. And then I believe there's something with his speaker or something was not working well. It sounded staticky or something of that nature. So I'm going to have to either open him up and check that out, or just have him with no sound, which I'm completely fine with because we have so much out there that has sound. But you know what did break, and I haven't been able to get a fix for it yet, is our popcorn box from Party City or Halloween City or what have you. And I've gotten the phone number for Seasonal Visions who created it, and I've left multiple messages for a person there, a woman there, who has not returned my phone calls. So I'm getting pretty PO'd.
Anthony Who said, what is Flagship Olympics?
So Flagship Olympics, we go to Spirit Halloween's flagship grand opening every year. It happens at the very beginning of summertime, and it's the very first day that any Spirit Halloween is going to be open for that year. And it's at one location in Egg Harbor Township, New Jersey. And so we went this last year, and while we were waiting for it to open, we decided we were going to have a fun time. And we did some crazy little stunts, which involved doing the one chip challenge, doing the tortilla challenge where you slap each other in the face with a tortilla, and whoever spits first loses.
Yeah.
And then we also ate Hunt World. I don't know if you remember, if he's still in here. We ate 100 and something Texas Roadhouse rolls.
Yeah.
And it absolutely made us all 111. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Steve. 111 Texas Roadhouse rolls, and it was disgusting. We all felt like we were going to need a hospital after the night, but it was fun, silly, goofy stuff for us to do while we were waiting for the store to open. A good way to bond and a good way to get the people in the community to have fun. Steve says he can still feel the rolls. And so we want to do something where it's going to be a little bit more of an event while we're waiting, so that the folks that are waiting in line have a form of entertainment, whether they want to join or just watch. So
if anybody has any ideas for the Flagship Olympics 2023, if they could email me, I'm just going to start writing things down just to see.
To plan it out?
Yes.
So yeah, if you have any ideas, email us at savannahpsychocircus@gmail.com. Amy is going to go ahead and put it in the chat. Is it down here? Am I pointing at the right direction? I believe I'm pointing the right direction. It's going to be down here. And, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. And so you can go ahead and email us some of your funny ideas, your crazy ideas, your silly ideas. Think of like Jackass meets Halloween. I don't know. So fun stuff though. Fun stuff.
JD Halloween said, what are your predictions for Spirit Halloween 2023?
So I think this is going to be a huge year for Spirit Halloween. It's their 40th anniversary. And I would love to see, even though I do not collect these type of props, I would love to see a prop of their logo, Jack. I think it would be really cool. It would be a nice way of saying happy 40th. They've been doing more and more and more merch when it comes to their props. So like there was the Crouchy doll and a Hugs doll, and there was another Crouchy stuffed animal. There was a Nightcrawler mug and sticker and magnet and shirt, and same with Crouchy. They're doing more and more stuff when it comes to marketing their props as almost mascots. There was like there's wacky mole costumes and a Nozzles mask and all this stuff. So I would really like if they did a prop of Jack. I think that would be a huge seller personally, but I'm not sure about the themes. I like to be excited about the themes to see when it's rolling out. So that part I'm not sure of. And even on the props, I don't really have any predictions other than I would like to see the Jack. Would be cool.
Horror Freak said, plungers on the Spirit flagship sign. Whoever gets the first one wins.
The only problem with that,
no, we can't do that.
Right, is that, but we probably could make something where you toss some plungers. Why not?
Maybe. Yeah. Golden Ember.
Stick it to his head.
Golden Ember said, did you know about the Jack the Reaper statue? I think that's what is in the
Next question.
what you can just say we don't know. yet.
We don't know yet, but you probably just spoiled it for us. It says not to open it yet, and we have not opened it. We were going to open it live, or at least on video.
Yeah.
And
On Friday.
you might have just ruined it for us, Golden Embers. Appreciate that very much.
LMJ Halloween said, "What did you think of the themes this year?"
Anyway, what do we think of the themes this year? Right behind us is actually one of the themes now. Amy and I built it today. I posted it on our community tab. We got the Monty Side theme that looked very circusy, had a circus tent and some black and white poles around it. That's where we're going to start filming our demos so that there can be a designated place for demo videos. I thought it was cool this year. I thought there was a lot of really neat details. We also got the vibrating sidewalk that or whatever you want to call it, vibrating floor that was in the back theme. I thought that they had some really, really, really cool ideas this year. We would have had more to the theme, except somebody sold it out from under us. So,
let's see. JD Halloween said, "Do you think Spirit will ever be scary again?"
That's a great question. Do I think Spirit Halloween will ever be scary again? So there's two parts to this. One is I want us to remember that as we grow up, we kind of get desensitized to a lot of this, especially when we collect it. But there are people who either don't collect it, don't even know that there's a community surrounding it, or they're young and it's still very scary to them. But I don't believe, I think that they've kind of dipped their toe into scare factors with stuff like Lord Raven and Baphomet. Those are very occult looking figures that scare the crap out of some people because they're essentially versions of Satan. But for me, I don't think in the traditional sense of scary that we'll be seeing for a while. We have to remember that these are props that get created in China that get shipped over here. They have to do it. Shipping is a lot of money right now. They have to have these factories, kind of create these on the, I don't want to say cheap, but they have to be able to make a profit. And I don't think we're going to see anything scary again unless we've shown the Spirit that, yeah, we're going to spend $500 to $600 on a prop. And unfortunately, but fortunately, it depends on how you look at it, I see us going that way. I think they're always going to have the jumping spiders. They're always going to have the little tabletop things, but props seem to be getting more and more expensive. So.
Halloween guy said, "Why is his name Mr. Toothy, but he doesn't have much teeth?"
He actually has a lot of teeth. I mean, he has a whole bunch of teeth. And I think it's because he's a cannibal. According to the story on the back of his box, it says that he is a cannibal, that he eats people. And I think that's why they chose to name him Mr. Toothy. His sayings have nothing to do with teeth. His outfit has nothing to do with teeth. His mech and whole getup has nothing to do with teeth. So I'm assuming it just has to do with him being a cannibal.
What's your favorite prop in your collection?
Who asked that?
Halloween guy.
My favorite prop in my collection is probably, I was going to say Cackles, but I really am disappointed in a lot of the stuff that happened this year with him.
Yeah, I agree.
However, he is huge.
Yeah.
But for me, I really love clowning around with his two kids. That one's a lot of fun for me. A lot of fun for me.
Allie Kate said, "This is totally unrelated to Halloween, but what is your favorite animal?"
I am a dog lover. I love dogs. We have 3 dogs. Absolutely love dogs. I also love cats. I love certain birds. I love fish. I mean, as long as it's not a predator, I kind of love it. As long as it's nice and cuddly and smart to a degree, or beautiful, then I'm good. I'm not like, oh yeah, I really like tigers or snakes. Like no, most, and I'll say this, other than some birds, and I say some birds because some of them you can tell, and fish. I usually don't like animals if you can't tell what mood they're in by their facial expression. Like I can tell with a cat based off their ears. I can tell with a dog because they're either smiling or growling. Some birds you can tell depending on if they have that little head feather. But most other animals like snakes and stuff that I don't know if it's horses, and I don't know if it's going to bite me or kick me or maul me or creeps me out a bit. So let's get with 5. Let's say 5 more questions. 5 more questions. Make them good. All
All
right.
right. Down below, Scare said if you could only keep 3 props in your collection for the rest of your life, which props would it be?
3 props in my collection for the rest of my life. It would be clowning around. It would be... These are ones that I purchased, I imagine.
Yeah.
Clowning around, creepy towering clown, I would say, because he was my first one. And Crouchy, maybe those 3.
Okay. Gage.
All 3 gigantic clowns. I just realized no regular size clown.
Gage said, will you guys be at Trans World this year? If so, I hope to see you there. Also staying at the hotel right across the street.
So we will be at Trans World this year. If you're not familiar with what Trans World is, no, it is not that convention that your uncle or new aunt is now visiting. It is the biggest Halloween convention in the world. And yes, we will be there. Amy, we already have our hotel booked,
Yep.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it right across the street from the convention?
Yes.
Gage, we might be at the same hotel. In that case, I'm going to kick down your door, swing a chainsaw around, say happy birthday, and run away. So, but yes, we will be there.
Spike the Clown said, Savannah, will we ever do another YouTube poop contest?
Yes, we will. Matter of fact, we might need to do one before the end of this year. What do you think, Amy? We got a lot of stuff on here. So many lives, so many shorts, so many videos to do a YouTube poop contest. We may have to announce that. Stay tuned to the community tab. I will say that. We're going to answer 3 more questions, and then I have a question for you guys.
Golden Ember said, do you think Morse costumes will have anything good this year?
I mean, what did they have this year that we...
I don't even know.
I don't even think we got anything from
No,
Morse this year.
we didn't go to Trans World either.
No, but I mean, I saw on their website, I don't think we absolutely needed anything from them this year.
No.
I don't know. That's a great question. If it's anything like this year, then I'd say no. Last year, the only thing we really needed was Cotton Candace.
Yeah, no.
And we got that. And even then, that wasn't a major thing for us. So I think with clowns, it's a bit, they're a bit off the market for us at this point. I will say that HalloweenCostumes.com has been has some pretty decent looking clowns that they built themselves. So I don't know what the quality is of those, but check those out.
Foxy the Pirate says the ISC next year will be like a maze, longer than usual.
I got no idea.
What about Uncle Charlie? Bobby K said you didn't include him in your top 3.
I did not include him because my Uncle Charlie at this point is almost brought back to his original form. The only thing I'm missing is his audio. If I was able to fix his audio, he would by far be in my top 3. But that's the only thing and I will be working on that. There are some sound boxes that I could get and wire up. So,
let's see. It looks like Enius Winius said, "What professional company do you think makes the best prop?"
So professional company, we're talking about like commercial home hunts, commercial hunts like distortions or poison props or something of that nature. I'm assuming what you're talking about. And I would say distortions just because of not only their quality, but their customer service is beyond anybody else's. Their prices seem to be pretty reasonable as well. And so yeah, that's what I would say. I do not have Stitches the Clown.
That was the last question.
Yeah, I do not have Stitches the Clown. So if anybody wants to trade or sell or donate, that's always okay too. So I have a question for you guys though. So I know that at one point we were doing lives multiple times a week, and it's hard for me to get dedicated to do multiple times a week when it comes to the lives. We're going to be trying once a week, but would you guys ever be interested? And if you say no, it's totally fine. I'm just trying to gauge it out there with like a Patreon type of crap where you get like lives that are private just for supporters, or like game nights or something like that. I'm not sure. I really don't necessarily like the concept of that, of hanging out with people who pay, you know what I mean? But I do have to make sure that I can dedicate my time. And because we're doing so much, if I knew that there were going to be people on board with it, then I probably would. So
bring Jackbox back.
Yeah, I definitely need to.
Somebody said it sounds like it's the realist. I don't know if it's just him. I thought there was somebody else earlier that said it too, but it sounds like it's like sizzling or something. It's probably the cackling sound or the crackle
maybe
sound. Probably the. Also, Chris and Sophia asked how you liked Harvester of Souls.
Dude, so that's one of my favorite props and got so many compliments on the Harvester of Souls. So many. It took a lot of work to fix it though. I will say that. There was an issue with the hand I had to fix. And then wasn't there something else something was broken or something? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Oh. What?
Ryan.
Do you like Oreos? No.
I do.
How dare you?
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
And yes, we did pick a name. Chris and Sophia won the name. Did we send out Chris and Sophia's? Oh no, we didn't. We were going to send them out a prize for choosing the name. Remember? Was it Chris and Sophia that won?
No.
Who won? I forgot.
I think it was Steve M. Maybe.
I don't know. We need to look into it. We have it written down downstairs. Oh, it was the Gears. That's right. Chris and Sophia. That's right. It was the Gears.
Everyone's saying Oreos are great. Young Crouchy Boy. Connor CEC.
Yeah, I'm not really an Oreos fan. Some people know why. But yeah, so folks, Tooth McGooth over here. Really, really, really happy with him. Really excited that he has joined the Psychotic Circus of Savannah. We still have unboxing videos to do. We still have our animatronic collection video to do. We still have Fan Mail Friday to do. We still have to do game nights and dare nights. And YouTube poop contest coming up. And again, I have something I'm going to be rolling out here for you guys pretty shortly that I think you guys will get a kick out of. It's a bit different from our normal stuff, but it definitely has to do with Spirit Halloween. I think you guys are going to like it. So with that being said, I want you guys to remember, and I really mean this, if you're looking at this right now, I am talking to you, and I mean specifically to you. Take care of yourself. Make sure that you take care of other people. Bullies suck. Do not contribute to bullying. If you can, intervene and stand up for somebody else. Let's stick together. There's so much drama going on in this world that that's kind of the last thing that we need. So you are very special to me and to Amy, and I really mean it. So take care of yourself, guys. And as always, happy hunts. We'll see you guys next time.